Then these are the qualities and the qualification we need. Then who are data scientists? So we know the technology, and then the industrial, and then we have the financial, and then the healthcare. Then the such comes under the pandemic. You have to consider the real-time scenario. The people who are affected by the COVID positive and who are in the COVID negative, then we have to evaluate these data into a day-to-day evaluation. So we have to maintain one Excel, and we have to through that CSV or whatever it may be. With if the consider of Hyderabad area, we have to with reference of Hyderabad is the headquarters. Then we go through a number of areas like Kukatpalli comes under. You have to give the reference of the K in the Kukatpalli. What are the number of the how many people are affected for that COVID, and we have to give the with reference of, we can give the color identification with reference of our cluster. Then we have to specify in that cluster the color wise, the affected people we can give the red, and the negative people we can give the green or blue, whatever it may be, it's our own. Then the region, for the we have to consider the Kukatpalli, we have the number of in that, like we have to evaluate the regions. Here the application comes under the security. How can you providing data security for the with reference of your data science? It's one of the application for your security is the major role in your data science. And then games, because of we have to do so many things for the mobile applications or whatever it may be, how we have to play for the up and down and the slide and all everything, we have to put an arrow, and we have to give the the feasibility and the flexibility with reference of the technology only. Then our voice assist, and we have to give the more number of things we have to talk, and we have to read, and we have to ask the questions from your Google Assist like Apple Siri, all those things. Comes under finance, finance for the application. What are the mean value and what is the marginal, and how can you enter your signals, and what kind of like stock price prediction, and your weather report, everything is comes under the application of your real time. So this is the learning for you have two libraries. Then you have to go through your machine learning is comes under your scikit-learn. For the array or ND dimensional, then we go through NumPy. And for the series data, we are using the pandas. For the visualization technique, we are using the matplotlib. For the deep learning, we are using the TensorFlow. For the Keras, every time we have to using the Keras, the backend is the TensorFlow. You can use your local machine, and you can use your internet through Google Colab and Kaggle. These are the environments which we have to use our handy. So how to gather the data and how to prepare the data, what kind of data you have, what are the things we have to do. First thing, you have to know what we know. After that, the knowing what we don't know, then we have to work out on that. After that, not knowing what we have don't know, then which we have to project ourselves, what effect, how we have to give the 100% effectiveness on that. Then we can try to evaluate and overcome that problem. And then describe. First thing, we have to analyze the data. The step one, we go through the data description. After that, we can go through your prescription. Then you go through your analysis. Then you can apply your machine learning algorithm. These are the steps. Every time you have to give your best of knowledge, and you have to go through your algorithm specifications. Then why data science, what kind of need we have to, why we are using this much of passionate about, because of traditionally the data we had mostly structured and the small in the size. We don't want to bother about that. Then we could analyze by using your simple BI tools is enough. For unlike a traditionally system which we have the mostly structured, for the today, most of the data is unstructured or the semi-structured. We have to look at your data trends and image. You go below and you go through what kind of unstructured data, how we have to format that one into a structured one. Then we have to write out that problem into like the financial logs or the text files or the media, multimedia forms or the sensors and the instruments and the simple BI tools. Now we are using the visualization technique as the Tableau. Because of Tableau can acquiring the huge amount of data. Simply you have to pull it your Excel sheet into your Tableau, then it will be give the your visualization techniques 5 minutes only. So the data science steps, first you have to explorating yourself and what are the data you have and building the models. After that model building, then you have to declare your what kind of stuff, which algorithm you have to apply in that. Based on the what I would like to say, your answer, you have to practice more, then only you will get the idea of this. I want to show a real-time case study, that is the building a regression model to predict the book price. Is my screen visible, Jansi ma'am?
Yeah, yes, madam. It is visible, madam.
Webinar book price.
Yeah, case study here. It is showing building a regression model to predict the book price.
My Kaggle is not visible.
Kaggle. Yeah, actually presentation only visible, madam. Case study here it is there.
1 second, I will share my screen. Now, ma'am?
Now, yeah, now it is visible. Kaggle is visible. Your Kaggle is visible, kaggle.com.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So I want to take here the book price prediction. Simply, I'm taking the Kaggle data set here. So Kaggle will give the train is one path and the test is another path. So Excel format does not exist. That's why I run this pip install XLDR for the advanced version and the open Excel. These two are for the advanced Excel formats of we have the libraries for install. The prerequisites of every time the library of you go through pip, the exclamatory and then the pip install your scikit-learn, then go to sklearn, you can install. If you want any like deep learning or the NLTK, that is natural language, then you can give specify for the last after pip install, then you can put your library name. That's it. It's very handy. Then you go through your read your file, that is your CSV file or the Excel file, your JSON file, whatever it may be. Then you have to write your data frame, then PD reference your pandas, then read the file. Then I want to give here my train path from here only. And after that, I give my test data path here, the test data path, that is the df test is equal to pd.read Excel. Then I want to merge these df into your test. I want to display my data frame dot head. We have the two aspects here. For the first 5 columns or first 5 rows, I want to display. I want to use head. If the last 5 rows, I want to use my tail. So I want to use here the head as my first 5. So here I have the title, author, edition, reviews, ratings, and synopsis, and the generalization, and the book category, and then the price. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are our columns, and we have to see our shape also. So df.shape, the data frame shape comes under your 36 rows and 9 is your columns. After that, the description, then we have to go through your descriptive statistics. They give the total number of count and the mean value and your standard deviation and the minimum value, and what are the percentage you have. That is Q1 consists of your 25, Q2 is 50, and the 75, your max is 100. So these are your quartile for your percentage which we have. Accuracy they are providing, or the entire data they have to calculate it and give these statistics information. After that, we go through your information because of which are the data. We have the two types here, categorical and non-categorical. Then here they have to display which data will comes under the object oriented. Here all are same family. The price is only on the float. Then we go through df dot head. Then we have to display here. There is no change here. And get list of your categorical variables. Then we have to go through object because of the data type is object. Then categorical variables, and we have to display our columns. So categorical columns comes under title, author, and edition, reviews, ratings, and synopsis. And then your journal and the book category. Then go through your get number of unique entries in your each column with your categorical data. Then you have to go through your object and the list, and then you have to map the data and list the data, whatever it may be your wish. Lambda is used for your single line functions. So here object and unique, then we have to listing and then mapping with reference of single line functions. We are using the lambda value. Then we go through our column and data frame, and we have to display the object of columns. Then we have to give the dictionary, that is the key comma value or the reference, whatever it may be. Then we have to consider, then zipping it out, and we have to give the object columns and object uniqueness. So dictionary always represents the key comma value pair. That's it. And then print your unique entries of your columns and ascending order. Then we have to store the data frames or the items in the key lambda value. Then here the key comma value pair, they are giving the book category is 1 and the genre is the 5 and the reviews is you have the 16 for your entire data. Then ratings is 23 and author is 34 and edition is 34, title is 36 and synopsis. We have these kind of data we have available in our data set. Then go through one hot encoding. It gives the zeros and ones, and you have to minimizing or optimizing your code. Then when you are know all the algorithm, then go through, you have to using this one hot encoding. Then data frame and go to the get dummies and the column general and the book category. Then you have to display your title, author, edition, reviews, which we have the 9 categories. Then with reference of numbers. Then we have the in place of false, it took a 0 or kind of things. Then we have to display this. Then again we have to describe what are the percentage we have, count, main, standard, and minimum. And again we have to printing the after we have to took false and we have to get these percentage. Then again, PyCart consists of this library consists of all the machine learning algorithms in one pack. So you don't want to write a linear regressor, you don't want to write logistic regressor, and you don't want to specify anything. Just you simply install this pip and PyCart. It will give all the summary of your entire libraries which are present in your machine learning. Then we have the PyCart regressor and importing your path set data frame and the target price. We have to give description because of what are the values we have, what kind of missing values, what are target we have, what is the original data. So here session ID and what is our target. We have to specify the price because of its book price prediction. So that is the target value. Our session ID means the serial number of books which we have. Then original data, we know shape of data, that is 36,9. Then we have the missing value, we specify in place of false. Then we give this numerical feature 6 because of we have to get the categorical value. The numerical values which we have 6 comes under your price and kind of things. 6 are elements with reference of your numerical features which we are done in previous. Then after categorical features, we have the true, and the ordinal features is we are giving as a false, and the high cardinality features is the false. Then comes under which we have to importing only PyCart with reference of your regressor. That's it. Then it will be display all amount of what are the CPU jobs and what are the generator and what number of and what are the transforming, what kind of stuff we are going to, what the experiment and what is the input and what is unknown and what is the PCA methods, everything is presented in this library. If we are not give the PyCart, then we have to do every step in our own. After that, we have to compare the models because we have the n number of models in our machine learning, like linear, non-linear, logistic, and K nearest, K means, XGBoost, AdaBoost, ensembling, decision tree, everything is present here. So we have the light gradient, we have to get MAE, that is your mean absolute value, mean square error, RMSE, root mean square error, everything are comes under because of the compare models with the reference of your PyCart. Then here we have the elastic net. This is a type of lasso that is comes under your lasso regressor. Then we have the K in K we have the K nearest neighbor, K mean value, and K plus K mean plus plus. We have every algorithms here. Then Bayesian rich and AdaBoost regressor and orthogonal, and then random forest and ridge, and then cat boost, and then gradient boosting regressor, and the lasso least angle, and the lasso regressor, and the extreme. We have to give all the mean and everything which we have, MAE, MSE, RMSE, R square, and every value will be present here PyCart only. As simpler, make this library for the very simpler way. But initially we know everything because of what is AdaBoost, what is the XGBoost, what is the ensembling technique, what is the decision tree comes in, what are the pitfalls, what kind of things it will be evaluate, what is the elastic net will be doing, how what statistics we have to follow here, what kind of, so we have to before background work only we can understand this. So lasso and XGEDDT, that is decision regressor, and the passive aggressive regressor, and the humble regressor, and the linear regressor, and the least angle. So we have highlighted only this light gradient, which comes under the 104.00. Just we have highlighted this. This is our wish. Then here we have the SVM is equal to create the model. So we are giving the SVM models. Then we have the mean and the median. Here we have the 108 because of we are giving the rating as 5. We are getting this value. If you are giving the price value, like book price is 3,000, you are getting some different values. I took here 5 has the rating. That's why I get these one. Then turned LR, that is your tune model of your SVM. Then these values is 108 points. So the model is give the better good accuracy. Again, I want to check this. Then I want to plot this one, which the with reference of the mean, then residual of your SVL and your residual and the predicted value and your distribution of your value. Then here we have the number of plotting of variables which we are going through, that is your train R square and your test R square. Again, we go through our predictions for your pre of your model of SVM, then support vector regression, then we get all these things. Here the advantage of evaluate the model, we have the evaluate the SVM. If you want hyperparameter, then simply you click these features comes under. After that, your residuals. Okay, then finalizing your model, then you get transforming pipelining, that is your encode and decode. Then we have to auto infer, then we have to fix the performance, and we have to give the gamma value and all the values. It will asking every cell you have to execute. Every model will be available on that pop-up. Then simply we can click on that, we can view the graph. If you verify any null value, you can give df dot is null. You can replace with your null with reference of mean, with reference of the data which have the like pattern. We are importing in the PyCart library with reference of your regressive value. For that, like you are writing your C programming like hash include stdio.h, here we are pip install. Any library is not presented, then simply you go through in pip install. Here we give the book rating and 5. Price also. We are comparing here, tune the model. Then we are getting the same value after tuning also. Here we are plotting the residual with reference of our train and test data. Now we have to evaluate the model. Future selection and future importance is not available because of we are not given any features in that. That's why it's not displayed. So this is your residual values. The value of the first thing hyperparameter, we are getting the 0.06. Here the residual is the 0.056. And your predicted error. So the projection of U, this, then cookies of your data, the distance of your outlier detection, that is 52.78%. Future scope is not available because of you are not mentioned anything. Then training of your source and cross validation. So here the cross validation comes under the folding of data. We have to fold 333. That is, if you having the sample of 100 size, then we have to fold these 333 into 10, 10, 10. We have to divide. 100 samples into, we put into the 30, 30, 40 kind of things. Your modified learning, then we go through our fit of T-net and using your 27 features. Then we plotting with reference of red, blue kind of things with reference of our reference. And you put your valid curve, that is your train source and the cross validation, then your score and your actual estimator. So the line goes on your training data, this your cross validation goes. So the model is fixed. what is your decision tree, because of we don't mention any future and we are not giving any kind of things, that's why it's not displaying. Then your interactive residuals is also not presenting because of we have not mentioned any future scope for this, because of it's a book price prediction. Then you have to in the CSV we have to mention the last column like kind of future selection or any lambda or kind of anything. We have to specify the predicted value for the 2 years, then that is the future scope for this. Then finally, we are transforming our model successfully. That's it. Any queries here?
If you have any doubts, you please ask students.
First, you have to go through your Kaggle account. I will show you if you want. New notebook. Just you go through your Gmail. Likewise, you have to register yourself. The environment is ready with your hand. So whatever data you want, then go through, simply click on it. If you want shift enter, then you go through next cell. For example, I want a NumPy. Type install. These are the libraries we have to install. N number of libraries we have to install in your Kaggle or Collaborator, whatever it may be. Python is the case sensitive. For series data, we want pandas. Like every library you have to install, it will be showing that requirement already satisfied because of we are running every time, right? Install pandas.
Mom, install spelling is wrong.
Oh. Thank you. Then every package you can install and you can use the environment, you're friendly, it's user friendly. Same thing for the Collaboratory also. I will show you that one also. You can go through your analytics Vidya, you can register in that, you get so many data sets and different kind of things you will get in that.
Ma'am, voice is breaking, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Aruna Kumari, madam. I think somebody is talking or your voice.
No, ma'am, I'm not talking. I'm just
Okay,
opening.
Okay.
Just I want to show collaborative environment also for the students.
Okay.
This is your collaboratory environment for the TensorFlow deep learning kind of things. You are very, the session is.
See, mute yourself. Somebody, some disturbance is coming. You mute yourself. Just a minute. Let me check once. See, roll number 503. You mute yourself, Amma. Otherwise, I'll mute all. Roll number 503 student, please mute yourself. Yeah, okay, fine.
So the version is not satisfied, then we go to 3. Price prediction. Some changes here. Book price and house price is similar for the code because of we are predicting the area and geographical location. Yeah, here we are importing your numpys and pandas. We are using here linear regression because of we are here not using the PyTorch. Then I want to include the machine learning like linear regression and the mean square error and the cross value score, lasso, rich, elastic net. So without using the PyTorch, you have to mention your every library from here. The main library for your machine learning is scikit-learn. Then you have to write here from scikit because of we are importing scikit to here. That's why we are writing here from. Then the version specific specifier, and we are importing your the data set we have. Then we have to train the data and test the data. The difference between your Kaggle and Colab, because of you have to write everything from your hand only. For the Kaggle, they can give the path and simply you have to copy it and paste it here. But the collaboratory, it's not kind of thing. You have to import everything and you have to write your own. Then we have to train the train.head. We are getting the first 5 rows. After that, we are go through pre-processing here, the importing of your label encoder. In that scenario, I go through the one-hot encoding. Then simply I want to give import one-hot encoding. Then they can give the all the kind of data which we want. Here label encoder I want to use because of the label will be given the specified label. I want to importing and I want to transform the particular label only. Then train posted by and the number dot fit, and I want to give as step as the string. I want to initialize these as the string type. Then we have to get these because of we have to write everything here. Then after we have to pre-processing import of label encoder. And then I want to post by, and after that address. This is the difference for the PyCart and the manual of your machine learning algorithms. Then the from sklearn dot pre-process and import your label encoder. Then we have to which we have the 2 BHK or the 1 BHK, whatever it may be. The it comes under house price prediction. Then we have to which we have the bedroom and what kind of things if the 2 BHK and the geographical area, whatever it may be. Then we go through here. The post by and under construction and area and number of bedrooms we have and square feet and ready to move or the resale or the address, what are the longitude, what are the latitude, and what is your target. Here also price, the book also price. That's it. Then square feet comes under 1300 from the one area and the 1275 for the some other area based on your bedroom capacity and based on your building area also. Then we have to train and test. We have to drop the post and the bedroom kind of things because we don't want this. Only I want to focus on my target value as price. Then again, I want to give my sample file here and sample.pd. House price sample submission because of they providing the sample price like sample submission, like they mentioned only what are the predicted values. So you have, then they are define the sample. We have getting to three files here. One is the train data, another one is the test data and the sample file. Then I want to change my code into that sample format. Is if we have the sample, then we have to convert these data into our sample. Then we get finally this one for your under construction and the air area. Then we have the number of bedrooms and the square feet and ready to move resale because we are omitting some kind of things, right? We are leaving, then we are not getting that one, which we have the higher priority, then we have to publish it. That's it. So, and we have the model alpha dot because of we have to give the some values here. The specification of which we have to given the thing is printing correct or not, the thing which we are first, the model, the verification kind of thing, the thing we have to give the reach kind of thing here. Then after that lasso. So this is the manual thing which we have to write and each and every code. Then you are using your PyCart. Simply PyCart will be providing what are the missing values you have, what are the things, everything will be provided by the PyCart. This is the flexibility. Jansi ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
That is the thing, ma'am.
What, madam? Completed, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And tell me the importance, madam, once to all the students, the importance of these topics.
Sure, sure. First thing, what are we need for anything you have to predict. For example, you have to predict your marks, predict your skills or whatever it may be. First, you have to prepare one Excel sheet or anything. Then you have to upload your data into your own self. You have to calculate your day-to-day evaluation. For example, you have to wake up the 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever it may be, and the 5 o'clock, which you have to done your daily work. Then you have to prepare that Excel also. Then you have to pull it in your CSV file or whatever it will be, Excel file into your Kaggle. Then which knowledge you have to gain, how many time you have to spend in your studies or what kind of things. You have to evaluate your own analysis also. It's very helpful to you. Then you have to find your daily activities and which knowledge you are gaining and what are the things you have to learn for this. You have to specify for the column like your name, roll number, and how many time you have spent, which subject you are perfect. Then simply you have to go through that. We have the 4 columns, right? Then data shape, then you have to getting your 4 columns and the individual data you have to get your day to day. After 1 month, you get huge amount of file, right? So the data which we have the huge amount of data, then you have to simply pull it and you have to get the statistics easily. For example, you have to sitting and calculating your calculator. It will be take a lot of time, but your comes under your machine learning or kind of part. Then you have to learn the machine learning. It can easily, simply you have to write your data frame and you have to pull it your data. It's give the answer fraction of seconds. So for this, you have to learn the Python. Then you have to prepare your daily Excel for your 30 days. Then you have to pull it your data into your Kaggle. Then you what knowledge you gain for the every day. You can go through your statistics. Then you can improve yourself. So for the thing, we go through our library for the PyCart. Initially, you are not using that one because of you go through your manually. You don't want to use one hot encoding and the label encoding also. You can go and what are the null values you have, what kind of data you have, and how to compensate with null values like mean. For example, some patterns you have like A, B, C, then they A, B, C, then they missed after that. So for the pattern A, after that B, C, after that they miss the C. Then easily you can put it the C. So based on the mean and based on your pattern and like you have to fulfill that data, then you go through EaseNull, then you can use that like for the displaying of your, which we have null values. You can go through, for example, you missed it the day which you are filling your Excel sheet, then you have to fulfill with reference of your daily life also. Like, for example, this day is the 8th May. You are filling your day from the May 1 to 30th May. Then you missed your 8th day of your May 8th date. Then every day you have to go the time with reference of your time, with reference of your date, and with reference of your knowledge, and with reference of your hours. Then easily you can evaluate your missing value. Likewise, as simple as possible. That's it. So you can go through your Kaggle and the React and Medium, Quora and the Stack Overflow, building your doubts or everything. Then you can build your own portfolio with reference of your OpenCV solutions. So these are the projects. We have the websites, bloggers. We have the everyday, we have someone is published your bloggers, that is the Google blogger, Analytics Vidya blogger, and like your Quora, and then the Coursera and Kaggle. In the Kaggle, we have free, the material is available for the machine learning and deep learning. Then you go through and you can, they will providing certificate also. and you can have in analytics vidya only they are providing data set kind of things, and they have to conducting the number of hackathons also. Then we have to go through the books. We have hands-on machine learning and the scikit-learn, and these are the resources for you. For the Kaggle is a ready-made kind of thing. If you are using your Collaboratory, you can explore more things on. After that, you go through your Kaggle. Because of Kaggle can giving everything for with your hands is not dirty in that. But we have to learn something, our hands make dirty. Then only we can get something or knowledgeable, whatever it may be. Whether it is wrong or right. If your projection is wrong, then we have to overcome that. There is no issue. As it for the learner aspect, we have to learn everything. We have the getting the what kind of errors or whatever it may be. Then only we have to aspect, our aspect is will be changed every time. Oh, I want to install this. Oh, I want to do this. After that, I want to go this step. Then only we will achieve the knowledge in that prospect of which area we are like or whatever it may be. For example, why CSV is more popular comparatively JSON? If you are using your NLP, natural language processing, we are go through the JSON files, because of in that we are calculating only term frequency and what kind of segmentation, that is stemming, and we have to follow the steps is as simple as much easy. That's why in NLP we are using mostly JSON. May or may not be some prospection we are using the CSV. For the real-time scenario, here we are using the procure to pay bill shipment without what we have to say, the automatic generation of bill we are doing here. Then first we have to overcome to what are the past history, that is what is the predictive analytics, what are the training data we have, what are the historical data we have. Then only we can project ourselves what we have to do without the bill. So we can generate e-certificate like kind of e-bill. Then we go through scan code. Without scan code, we can, how the scanner can be effectively work. We are doing for the real-time scenario these cases. Then comes under a chatbot because of we have to open any site, they are providing one hi, hello, may I help you. These are comes under your chatbot kind of things. In the chatbot, we have to develop the dialogue and then the intent. What are your specifications? What kind of specifications you want? Then you go through tag oriented only, because of every the thing we are write the Python code. Then you have to change the code into your your HTML tag base, that is pre-built. The just we have to change it. But the thing is, what are your tag? What are the HTML? You know, what are the body? What is your title? What kind of headers you are inserting? What kind of you are getting? For example, I want to give like our book price prediction. Then I want to display my HTML tag kind of check boxes. You know very well for the Java applet, window size and width and height, we are displaying traffic signal and everything, right? Same thing here, we have to display the bedroom capacity and what are the square feet and what are the books we have, what are the ratings. For example, you went one hotel and the rating of hotel and which area it will be. Then what kind, if you are fill the rating kind of thing, you are simply giving your rating star as the 5, 4, 3 kind of things. But initially we have to develop the four kind of things. What is the hotel name? What is the geographical area? What is the rating? Then what is the case study they have to provide? What is the problem statement they gave to us? Then only we have to build a model. For example, consider our academics or whatever academia. For the college perspective, we have the n number of branches. In that CSC, we have the AIML and CSC and the IT, and for emerging techniques like deep learning, and everything comes under your CSC branch only. Then they what they want which the academic requirement, how they can explain. For the portfolio, CMR is the main source college. So our destiny is we have for the decision tree prospecting. First thing is CMR is the host and the root. After that, we have the branches, that is the CSE, EC, EEE, IT, whatever it may be. Then comes under CSC, we have these new branches. So I want to give the checkboxes like HTML. I want to put this header into the CSC, after that AIML, and the host college, that title is CMR. Then I want to provide all these fields into my HTML. Then if you are enter into the application, whatever it may be in the portal or the CMR, whatever it may be, then you go through simply your bot. Then you can give the option of AIML or the CSC branch or whatever it may be. Then you know the things, these kind of requirements, what are the problem statement, what I want to fulfill, these kind of things, how the code will be written. And it's very for the front end UI model, the displaying is very easy, but the backend purpose we have to do more and more work because of what are the data they have give, what is the problem statement, what kind of things I want to do, what is the portfolio, what is the college accreditations, what are the number of streams we have, how can we project for the introduce the new techniques, how the people will be acquiring these are the comes under for the real-time case study. So these are the sources you go through. Quora is very excellent. For your Stack Overflow is also very good for. First, I would like to do, you are the second years, you go through first, create your account as a GitHub, because of you have to reposit your GitHub repository, because of you are doing your collaboratory and whatever it may be. Then here we have in the collaboratory, we have the option called GitHub repository. Easily we have to build in your code into GitHub. Once you have to gone through that anything for the past history, then go through and open it that link, and what you done in the previous, what do you want to do for the next for your future kind of thing. For example, you are learned today as ensampling technique. Ensampling means we have the number of samples, you know, the subject very well, right? So in the DA, we go through the knapsack problem and the salesperson like kind of thing. Here, what is the back capacity? Same kind of thing. The approach of here also same thing. Ensampling the model for the based on your sample kind of thing. First, what is the sample size? Then you have to divide your sample into number of models. Here we are call it as there is back. Here we are call it as the model. Then model, after that it will give the next input. You have the lakhs of data. It will be divided into the like 10,000 kind of thing based on the sampling. Then it will be divided. You are not doing anything. In that aspect also, one simple technique, we have the pandas profiling, that is the pre-built library. It will provide all your analysis for what is the statistical analysis, what you want and everything. For the real-time case study, that is the insurance data we have. The condition is the 13 years people is not applicable for the insurance claim, and 25 onwards we are giving the climbing of data for accident or it may be based on the conditions. We have to gone through that. Then easily you have to put your data into pandas profiling. It will be give the all your statistical analysis.
Arunakumari madam.
Ma'am.
Actually, can you please show to all of our students how to do the register in GitHub?
Sure. 1 second, ma'am. You go through GitHub, and actually I'm having the account, but it will be allowing or not, I don't know. Once I will check. Here we have the two things, right, ma'am? Sign in and sign up.
Okay.
So you give your create account, like your Gmail or whatever it may be.
Okay.
Then you can give your email address. Username is your wish. After that, you can give your username may not allow for the already existing one, right? I can give a new one, no issue.
Because whatever you are telling, that screen is not visible, madam.
1 second, I will share you. Now, ma'am?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay. Yeah. First, you Google it for the GitHub, ma'am. This one or whatever it may be, simply sign in or the GitHub, whatever it may be your wish. You can open it. It's not showing what happened. 1 second, madam, I will show you.
Sign in is there. I think we may click in that.
Actually, I have the account, right?
So it is, yeah, directly it is.
That's why I'm trying to use another one.
So can you please tell me what are the advantages if they register? That means if you do like this in registration in GitHub, then what the advantages to the students?
Yeah, the thing is, others can deposit here their work itself. Then once you have to register here, then you go through and see others' work also here. And when you are go through your interview aspect for the data science, they can go through your GitHub repository and they will check everything which you know, what kind of knowledge you know. Everything will be present our Git. So how many repositories you have, what kind of data you are doing on that, what are the aspects you know, everything will present your Git.
Okay. And how Kaggle is useful to the students, madam?
First thing, we go through Collaboratory for the initial aspect. You can install everything your own self. After that, Kaggle, then they are providing the material and the certifications also. They are writing different aspects. For example, my aspect is data as raw material, right? They are telling that the data should be the raw material. Then you have to give the stuff like kind of on that. It should be the structure or the unstructured. It's meaningful or not. They are elaborate in the such a way that you have to gain the more knowledge on that. Everything will be kind of brief, descriptive kind of thing. If you doesn't know anything, just simply you go through and see what are the speech recognition, what is the pattern recognition, how the character can be building. For example, simple example I would like to say, for the MIST, we have the data set, which is the handwritten data, but I don't know in the initial stage. Then I simply go through the Kaggle. What are the MIST? First, I want to do that. Some person will be written, it's handwritten data, that's it. Then I want to explore and I want to search. Then they are specified that in deep learning or the image recognition classification, we have the 0 to 9 numbers. Then in that, they are thinking like that, and the grid will be presented. We have the 3 by 3 matrices or the 6 by 6 matrices. So if I want to written one, so the one of in place of in that grid only we are giving the straight line that comes under the data will be given by the one represent which we have the focus on that. I will show you in the paint what is my aspect. Is my screen is visible, ma'am? Paint screen?
Yes, madam. Your screen is visible, madam.
Yeah. So this is the aspect of 0 to 9 or whatever it may be. Missed is the handwritten data. So I want to write my one here. So these are comes under like padding like 1, 1, remaining all 0. Everyone saying that missed is the handwritten data, then you go through that, they are the matrices itself. They told like that, but you have to explore this. Oh, this is the 3 by 3 and the 6 by 6. We have the image classification 0 to 9 and the grayscale and RGB. Everything you can available that kind of material in your Kaggle. Kaggle is very, very useful for you. They are sending every week or every month, they put the competitions also for the coding competitions kind of things. If you have the data set, you can reposit your Kaggle, your data set into your Kaggle also.
Okay.
You have to write your blogs in your Google Blogger. It's free for that. Just you go through your Google Blogger and register and you can publish your articles. That is also fetching for data scientists. You are second years, you have the so much of time, because of you can learn the things second year onwards, and the third year, final year, then you can full up with your GitHub and your Google Blogger and your Kaggle. So you have the so much of time and you explore more and more. First thing, you are passionate about your Python. After that, what is the machine learning? So if I want to say a simple example, a baby know yellow kind of spherical shape is the banana. How can a baby know? The mom will be feeding every time, this is the banana, this is the yellow color. So the features which we have acquiring, we have to feeding our baby like kind of thing. Then I want baby can see the apple, then he will be thinking every time I'm seeing the spherical and the banana and yellow like thing. Then the object comes under new, right? Apple. So this is fruit and this is the apple. So I want to say everything. I want to train the baby likewise. So you have to train every day and yourself. So from the scratch, you go through what is your real-time application, what is your day-to-day evaluation, what kind of, you have to, for your first year semesters, right? You have the 12 subjects, each sem we have the 666. Then how can I want to achieve this? What is my graph? And what is my statistics? Just simply you go through your Tableau, then simply you have to insert your marks in that. It will be give your sample like the histograms or the bar grams or whatever it may be. So with you have your systems and you have your Google, then you have to explore it more and more and search it. Then you have gain more knowledge. Because of the author, one is writing his own aspect is one thing, and another author will be writing his own its author. So my projection is different from others, right? So like you have to follow each and everything, and you have to Google it, and you have to we have the number of bloggers and what is the aspect, how can you evaluate, so everything. You have to enroll your GitHub GitHub. After that, you have to enroll your Kaggle. Then you have to use your collaboratory. Then these are the fields we have. If you have a fine machine in your local, that is i5 or whatever it may be, then you easily install your Conda. That is your local machine. So if not, you don't have i3 kind of things, then simply you go through a Kaggle, a Colab. You can use resources full-fledged. Yeah, Jansi ma'am.
Aruna Kumari madam.
Yeah, ma'am.
And can you now, if the students may ask the questions, you please clarify the doubts, madam. See, now, dear students, if you have any doubts, you please ask our resource person. She'll help you. Any of our students is having any doubts, you can please ask her. Ma'am, once you on your video, ma'am, just
Yeah.
because it is recording, no? Because once the students also will see and talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
And all my students, you please ask if you have any doubts regarding the session, or do you want anything to ask resource person, you can please ask.
In the initial stage, I get one confusion here. What is the structured and what is the unstructured? Why we are going through these pandas and all those libraries? What is the necessity? I'm exploring these kind of things. So structured means we have the columns, rows. Okay, fine. I'm using the SQL queries for the employee table or the room number. Okay, I know fine for these things. What about unstructured data? What is the clustering things? Why we are talking every time clustering, what is it means? So I'm thinking in that way. So I got one answer in that my projection. So with reference of color, you can evaluate your projection. Okay, it's fine for me. Then if comes under in our, I will habituate at that one. So I want to go through any important thing in any important things happen in my Excel. Then I want to put simply this is task is done by, then I will put green kind of thing, then yellow for pending. So I want to explore these kind of things in our day-to-day life for the habituating of this analysis.
What students, no doubts? Everything is clear? Huh? Everything is clear, no doubts? Madam, if
Ma'am.
the students, yeah, Manikanta, you please ask, Amma, because our students are very active. Madam, you can please stop sharing that window, and please, because my students are asking questions, please answer them, madam.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, we can run this program in PyCharm IDE.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can run this program in PyCharm IDE, ma'am.
Yeah, PyCharm ID is also fine, but the huge amount of data we are using mostly on Kaggle and Collaboratory only. For the local machine, you are fine for that. You can go through your PyCharm.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Any of the students is having any doubts, you please ask. Only Manikanta asked the question. The rest of the people, everything is clear. Huh?
So I will tell here one thing, because of why we are not using our local machines, because of we have to change everything. We have to download our file and upload your Git repository. If you are using your external, like your internet through, it's inbuilt. Like I will show you that one also for the Collaboratory or whatever it may be. It's ready-made. That's why it's very popular here.
Please note down the points, students. It will help you.
Here we have the file, right? Save a copy in your Google Drive. Save a copy has your GitHub gist. Add the save a copy in your GitHub. That's it. Simply, I want saving my repository into Git. This is the flexibility. That's why it's very popular here. Simply OK. Then it will be go through your Git. Same for the Kaggle and Colab. First, you have to create account in Git. After that, you go through your Collaboratory. Then you go through your Kaggle. You have the Rubik data and C, C++, which language you want, JavaScript, any language. Simply you click on that, it will be available for you. And Git. These links you can put in your resume. Simply you can copy here. You can publish public or the private for your things. This one also I will share you. Here the option called share, right? Here public and then private. If the public, anyone can see your data, the things. This is comes under your Kaggle.
Ma'am, if the student want to become a data scientist, then what is your suggestions, madam?
First, they have to go through a structured query language, that is our SQL data. They are commanding on that because of we are try to do the more things in data, right? After that, they are fit for the commands, that is the Linux. After that, they go through Python and machine learning and these AI techniques. After that, deep learning. Then image classification and the pattern recognition and the speech recognition. Then NLP. First thing, statistics also very, very important. For we know very well, right? The mean, median, mode, and what is your quartile decile and what is your k-means. We learn so many things in statistics.
Okay.
Then only we go through our visualization techniques like Power BI, Tableau, like we have available for the Tableau public. Then simply we can install and we pulling out, pulling it into our data sets into Tableau. That is the final step for us.
Thank you, ma'am. You said many things to all our students. It's a nice session. Because if have any doubts means only one student asked. If any have any doubts, you ask students. Otherwise, we can go for vote of thanks. See, all the students, you must fill the feedback form. Okay, you must fill the feedback form.
Jansi ma'am, my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, your screen is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, Tableau public for the visualization, it's free of, we have to download our machine and then we can pull it that. Also open source.
Ma'am, one question from student, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is the use of Django framework in Python?
So that is unstructured data, right? So the Django can be used for backend, for we have to using the unstructured data into structure format.
Any questions? If you want, you can put in the chat box also, students. You mute yourself, students. Madam, can we wind up the session now? And that means I need to tell vote of thanks.
Yeah, some question came here. Give us some brief information regarding machine learning. So, machine learning, the name itself, machine learning, we have to train the model with reference of environment. So, we are training the model, right? We are writing the coding and we are building our own libraries. So the thing is, we are trying the model. So we are creating our platforms and we are using our which language we are preferable, which is our preferable language. Then only we have to writing that. So machine learning is plays a major role in the today's life, I would like to say, because of the give the accuracy kind of things or everything. We are giving like algorithm because of we have to follow the step-by-step procedure here. So when you go back, then you have the everything will be structure oriented. That is the main cause.
Some student asked, give some brief information regarding machine learning.
Yes, ma'am. That only I am saying that
Okay.
when your past history or your training history will be available, then only you can put your new innovations in that new ideas or whatever it may be. So when you go back, the information will be available to you.
I think the students now nobody is asking. Okay. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Spend your valuable time and you have given very good information and very practically you have shown one use case to all the students. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving this opportunity, and I'm sharing my knowledge to students.
And once you please on the video, madam, because because it is recording, no, that time I didn't take the screenshot.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, because the screenshot we need to take. Okay, let me take 1 minute. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you all my students for your patience listening, and thank you one and all. And first I would like to thank to our management, our secretary sir, Sri Salam Reddy sir, because he's encouraged a lot and he supported us to conduct this program successfully. And next our principal sir, our beloved principal sir, Dr. A. Srinivas Reddy sir, and he support us to organize this program successfully. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your suggestions and support. And next, I would like to thank you to the Professor Dr. Shiv Kumar, CSC HOD, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You have given very good support for organizing this program. And thank you, sir. Thank you. And now I would like to thank you, our IT HOD, madam, Professor P. Madhavi, madam, because of her support and encouragement and initiative, we organized many programs. Without her help, cannot do anything. So she is the initiative. She always used to give a lot of support and encouragement to all the faculty to do this kind of events. So because of her only we are able to organize all these events successfully. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your support. Next, I would like to thank you to all my colleagues, and because they all supported a lot to do this event successfully, and especially Kumaraswamy sir and all my faculty friends. Thank you one and all to support this event. Thank you one and all for supporting to conduct this event successfully. Thank you very much. And thank you to all my loving students for your nice listening and asked nice questions. And thank you to our resource person. Once again, thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful session. In future also, we may ask such kind of sessions from you.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. And so now I'm going to wind up this session now. Thank you, ma'am. Later you can, if any videos or anything, you can please pass to us, madam, because regarding some good information to our students, you please forward to us, madam. Then I will
Sure,
share with my students.
Sure, ma'am.
And everyone must fill the feedback form, students. Everyone must fill the feedback form. So already I kept in a chat box. You must fill the form. I'll wait for 5 minutes because all the students, maybe some people, they may not see the feedback form link. So already I forwarded that link. So you can go through that link. You fill the feedback, students.
Jasmine, shall I leave?
Yes, madam, you can leave. Thank you, madam, once
Thank
again.
you. Yeah, thank you.